morning.
Good morning. Say good morning.
I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Well,
Okay, thank you.
I must have been on the local. The door kept opening and shutting.
It's the judges. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I call to order the meeting of the Philadelphia City Commissioners Board of Election for Wednesday, September 11, 2024. This meeting is in compliance under the Pennsylvania Sunshine Act. Philadelphia City Commissioners are a three-member bipartisan board of elected officials in charge of elections and voter registration for the County of Philadelphia. Each commissioner is elected to serve a four-year term that coincides with the municipal election for mayor and city council. The commissioners set and enforce departmental policies to administer voter registration and conduct elections in accordance with federal, state voter registration and election laws. The city commissioners were created by the Pennsylvania Assembly in 1711, but they focused on taxation and held various regulatory powers throughout the centuries. The commissioners started maintaining voter lists in 1799 and took on more election-related responsibilities, but didn't emerge in its current form until the adoption of Philadelphia Home Rule Charter in 1951. We will start off with public comments. Before beginning their comments, commenters shall state where they live or if they are not a resident of Philadelphia and that they are a Philadelphia taxpayer. Public comment is not an opportunity for dialogue or Q&A. It's a public comment, a chance for you to tell us what you think. Each speaker will have 2 minutes to speak. However, I may extend the time at my discretion. Public comment must concern matters on today's meeting agenda. Finally, it is my responsibility to preserve the order and decorum of the meetings as such. Profane, slanderous, discriminatory, or personal attacks will not be tolerated. If you wish to make a public objection to a perceived sunshine violation, please raise your hand and I will recognize you. Outbursts will not be tolerated. Anyone wishing to offer public comment, please step forward. Hearing none, we will now move to a report from Secretary Bluestein for email public comments. Commissioner Bluestein, are there any email public comments?
There were no public comments emailed by 9:45 a.m.
Thank you very much. We will now proceed to old business. We will hear a report from our Director of Elections, Operations, and Administration, Joe Lynch and Stephanie Reid.
Morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Joe.
This is our public meeting update for September 11th, 2024. The warehouse unit has been preparing to ship machines out for the special election, which will be held Tuesday, September 17th. We are also preparing to get machines ready for the general election. For our voter registration report, we have processed a total of 243,379 applications to date for the election cycle. Out of these, 138,700 were submitted in paper form. All applications are up to date. There is still a lot of reviewing and proofing to do. We mailed out 17,653 ID cards on Monday, September 9th. On a side note, I want to thank all the voter registration supervisors and staff for training the surge staff who have been helping us keep our applications up to date during the past few weeks. I would also like to thank the NDO's office for assisting in scheduling the surge staff for us, and thanks to all the surge staff working along with us. As of Monday, we have approved 129,501 vote by mail and absentee applications, which is 5,994 added from the last week's total. Of those, 72,214 are paper applications and 57,287 are electronic applications. This includes military, civilian overseas, and federal voters. We currently have a total of 210 electronic applications waiting to be processed. Voters who would like to vote by mail for the November 5th general election can apply for mail-in or absentee ballot at vote.phila.gov. The deadline to apply is Tuesday, October 29th at 5 p.m. Special elections have been scheduled for Tuesday, September 17, 2024, for the 195th and 201st State House districts. These elections are being held to fill the seats left vacant by resignations. We have sent out 5,690 for the mail-in ballots for the 195th Legislative District, with 1,373 ballots being returned, and 5,907 were sent out to the 201st Legislative District, with 1,754 ballots being returned. Voters may request a replacement ballot up till 8 p.m. on Election Day. Please note that the general election for the next term will still occur on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. If you're not sure if you're eligible to vote in the special election, look up your address at atlas.phila.gov/voting, or visit our website to check out all affected wards in the divisions at vote.phila.gov. ID verification letters have gone out to voters that either did not include their required proof of identification on their absentee/mail-in ballot application, or their proof of identification could not be verified by the County Board of Elections office. Voters who have received this letter may submit their proof of ID to the County Board of Elections via email at philielections@phila.gov, fax, U.S. mail, telephone, or in person. Voters have till 5 p.m. on September 23rd to return their proof of identification for the special election. The polling place unit is continuing to monitor locations for the September 17th election. The unit is also working on changes for the November 5th election as well. They will continue to work on both September 17th and as well as the November 5th election. For the special election, board worker confirmation calls and emails are ongoing, with a total of 685 board workers confirmed and 46 declining for the special election. Special election training saw 483 attendees. As for the general election, board worker confirmation efforts are continuing as well, with 3,810 workers confirmed and 70 declining. Fall training for the general election began last week, with 164 individuals having attended so far, and 2,021 are scheduled for the training. Finally, regarding the progress of the Satellite Elections Office, we had a grand opening of our District 8 Satellite Office at 5301 Chew Avenue yesterday, Tuesday, September 10th, ahead of the special election. The grand opening press event was attended by media, elected officials, and community members. We will be open 7 days a week until Election Day, Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. District 3 Satellite Office at 4029 Market continues to be open and serving the public. We are scheduled to open a total of at least 5 more satellite election offices this month, and the last few in October. We look forward to sharing the exact open dates as we confirm them. Thank you, that's all I have. Oh, sorry.
Vice Chair Deeley, do you have any questions?
I do, Chairman. Joe, how many ballots did we get back from Simons and Gather's playground events on Saturday?
0.
Okay. I know that these events are not usually well attended, but do you think that the lack of attendance had anything to do with the fact that we only announced the event 15 hours before it was scheduled to start?
I requested locations, so I didn't get them till, I would say, the last, I got them probably Thursday or Friday, but and the locations that we went to last week are going to be the same locations this week. If the commissioners have a different location, you can let me know, and we'll put it on the website. But right now, the website's updated with the same locations as last week.
So having just looked, the website hasn't been updated, so we don't want to keep it a secret for this weekend, so. could we-
Yeah, no, it should be updated. I was told it'd be updated by 9/17, and that's not the date of the special. It was just that time, 9/17. So I will check when I get back to the office.
Thank you, and thank you for separating those voter registration totals, too.
All right, thank you. And again, if anyone wants to change those locations, speak or forever hold your peace. We'll always change them. Thank you.
Secretary Bluestein, do you have a question?
I do not.
Joe, just to go for clarity, so going to what Vice Chair was saying, it was only 15 hours before we made it public?
To be honest with you, Commissioner, I think it might have been the Friday morning before Saturday. I don't know the exact time. It was early Friday morning.
It was early Friday morning,
Yes.
and then we made them public on Saturday?
No, we made it public on Friday.
Excuse me, Chairman.
So it was less than 15 hours?
I don't know the exact time, but,
Hold on, the Vice Chair wanted to say
Oh,
something.
okay.
It was posted to the website on Friday night, about 7 o'clock.
Friday night.
Maybe it was. Okay.
Okay, so I've shared the same sentiments at the Vice Chair. These satellite locations are about accessibility, so we have to do a better job of the communications, so the things that are going on.
Right. Well, I
Hold
need
on.
the addresses
No.
ahead of time before I could do it.
No, hold on. I ain't saying about no address or anything.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the moment that it's found out,
Yeah.
whatever those locations are or whatever, let the commissioners know, because we have outreach, the way we can get it out to our constituents.
Okay.
You know, we have robust social media. As soon as that is found out,
Right.
this is what we want to do,
Yeah.
we could do the best that we could do to get the message out there.
Okay. When I left the office today, that should be updated along with CFCF for Monday morning. We're going to go out there also, so, with these drop bags. But like I said, I apologize. It was late, but I didn't get them till late, so.
Anything else?
Joe, I just want you to know that the website is not updated. So we knew Saturday, we knew Friday when we posted this schedule that we were going to be there Saturday and the following Saturday. So,
Well, the reason I didn't update this Saturday's last Saturday, because I wasn't sure if the commissioners were going to give me new addresses. So I haven't gotten any new addresses or new locations. Again, if I get the new locations, I'll have Jaffe post it. But this should have been posted today. Before I left, I gave it to them. So we'll look into it. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm pleased to address you today and share updates from our administrative report for September 11th, 2024. Our staff continues to be busy preparing for the special election, general election, and opening of the permanent satellite election offices. They continue to work together, solving issues as they arise and ensuring all tasks are moving forward according to schedule. In our Budget and Procurement Department, the team has been focused on the normal processing of invoices and purchase orders, addressing any related issues as they arise. We continue budgetary planning for the general election, including a mid-year transfer. And I'd like to extend a thank you to the City Procurement and Law Department, who have been working very closely with us to solve a number of time-sensitive procurement things that we want to be sure we get done as quickly as possible. In communications, we've been designing requested materials, including social media graphics, updated procedures documents, and updated poll worker materials. Requested updates were also completed for polling place posters, the department's Atlas tool, and various website pages. Additionally, we've been planning for general election communications, including developing a schedule for communications support on and after Election Day. Regarding engagement, we're distributing materials at Number 1 Asian Supermarket, China Gourmet, Everest Urgent Care, and Double Care Adult Day Services. Our efforts also involve sharing flyers for poll workers and interpreters, encouraging voter registration, recruiting bilingual interpreters, and engaging with the community through feedback and questions at events. We continue to reach out to local businesses, senior centers, and stores to distribute election materials or host events. And our team has been working on translations for posters needed at polling places and newspaper ads. We have 2 voting machine demonstrations scheduled for this week. In human resources, we're currently hiring for 6 clerk ones and 39 temps. As of now, our total workforce stands at 189 employees, with 153 in civil service and 36 exempt. This includes 71 clerk ones, 17 clerk twos, 17 clerk threes, 10 trades helpers, 9 voting machine techs, and 9 temps. We are continuing with new hire activities and preparing for upcoming orientations. Our IT team worked with Comcast to successfully move a main line at the warehouse. They've also been busy with orientation for surge staffing participants from OIT and completing the e-poll book validation. They continue to work on setting up all IT components for our satellite election offices. The Board of Election staff have been hard at work ensuring that everything is in place for the special and the general. I'd like to thank them for their hard work and dedication to Philadelphia elections. Thank you.
Vice Chair, did you have any questions?
Thank you, Chairman. Just a point of clarity, Stephanie, the communications is in your bucket, so although Joe is taking the heat on the posting of the website, can you guys get together and you do your part and he does his part to make sure that that is communicated to on the internet, to the website for the viewer, for the voters? Thank you.
Yeah, of course, and I didn't know that we had dates for Saturday for this coming weekend, so this is the first that I heard that we actually had those locations, so we'll make sure that they get up ASAP.
Yes, and Commissioners, I was just emailed that it was posted 9/17 this morning. It's up live on our website, the locations. And like I said earlier, it was for 9/17, and it was confirmed. It's been up since 9/17. Sorry about that.
I'm looking at it right now, but we'll take care of that when I get down there.
Yeah, I have a screenshot.
So, just for clarity, so, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, I thought IT was underneath administration.
Sorry, what was that,
I
sir?
thought IT was underneath the administration program. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong.
It might be, but sometimes I do things that Stephanie does, and she does things that I do, to be honest with you.
And so,
So we try and work as a team.
yeah, so here, would you finish your report, Stephanie? Were you finish your report?
I was finished my report, yes.
Yeah, see, I know the team thing and all that, but people have specific responsibilities for specific reasons. Administration has their side, operations has their side. So that way, things don't happen where we sort of look at things. And because I do have a question, really, that's really, whoever could really kind of take it. But there's an issue with a satellite, SEO 6. And I guess with the communication, we probably could have a meeting to further clarify this. But I was under the impression that we received a report that the repairs were going to be done for SEO 6 at one date. And then I was told, I don't know if this is true, but I was told that there was a meeting with you, Stephanie,
Yeah.
and the timeline had got pushed back like another 3 or 4 weeks.
I can't speak to why the original amount of time was given, but I can say that we spoke directly with the contractor. I was with Public Property, and he has continued working. He's put a second crew on it so that they can work basically constantly. I actually just talked to Public Property this morning. One of the permits that they were waiting on, they have received. There is one more that they are hoping to receive today. And he told me that he expected it would take 5 weeks and that he was doing everything he could to get it done in 4. So I can just relay what the conversation was. I can't speak to the previous conversation.
See, I guess it goes back to my question. If you're administration and we have operations, why are you meeting with the construction folks? I was under the impression that would be Vanessa, Joe, Anthony, and Cruz.
Well, because
And they-
part of my
hold on,
role
hold
is to
on,
work
wait a
with
second.
city departments.
Hold on.
So, and to help get things done with city departments. So I was working with public property to see what we could do to speed things along.
Well, see, when you're talking about construction and these sort of things, like I was under the impression there'd be operations. And again, Vanessa, Anthony Cruz, they had been moving these things pretty quick. And the report that I got back from Anthony Cruz from construction was that it was going to be 3 weeks. And I've known Anthony Cruz to be straight. So again, the communication thing, I know we do this team thing, but again, we got administrations and we got operations. And the satellites fall underneath the operations program. So if there's meeting with contractors and things of those natures, I believe that should go underneath Joe and Vanessa and all of those.
Okay.
Now, if there's something else, as far as you meeting with a contractor about construction, I trust Joe, Anthony Cruz, and those sort of people for that.
Okay, I'll refrain from doing anything with satellites.
I didn't say anything, and again, I don't want you to feel that way. I was just saying, just as far as the construction and those sort of things. Like, now, as far as with the OT, with the technical stuff, as far as underneath your wheelhouse, but just meeting with the actual construction person and contractors, that should be Joe, Vanessa, and Anthony Cruz. Does anyone have an objection with that?
I do not, but if I may, Chairman. Stephanie, your role as intergovernmental would still indicate that you would deal with public property. So you're not, off the hook for the satellite election offices per se. And I would also say, no matter who's responsible for what, there should be communication. If there's no way that Anthony or Vanessa should have a different time frame than you, Stephanie. If you met with public property or whoever you met with, you would have relayed that information, I would think, to the team. So we would have all been told the same amount of time.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did relay it to them as soon as I heard it.
Well, the communication that I got was that you had a meeting with them and they were unaware of the meeting. Vanessa and Anthony were unaware of that initial meeting that you had with them.
I don't know.
Well, again, we could talk about, again, offline, this is a bigger sort of thing, just about communication. So we know we got another sort of added layer to the way we're doing elections than we have been doing them. So it's just more communication. Like, for example, you see like how you got like city council branded graphics and things like that. Like it's going out to council members, I'm assuming, but I didn't see it. I don't know if any other commissioners seen it. But things that are going externally outside our office, the commissioners need to see that before it goes out, or what's proposed to be going out.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Mr. Chairman, may I have some thoughts on this? Thank you.
Sure.
So I think thematically, when we're talking about the drop boxes, the mobile sites on the website, or the SEOs, there's a very clear overlap between operations and administration. Communication, obviously, as you said, is important, but none of those things fall into a single bucket. For example, something can't get posted on the website by the administrative IT staff if the operations team hasn't given them the dates, right? Same thing here. Anthony Cruz, as part of property management, works on the administrative side. Vanessa, as a deputy executive director, works on the operations side. They all have to work together, and they're all communicating together to get that information. So I don't think it's one or the other. I think it's both. A couple other quick points. The mobile sites are updated. They're on Atlas. So anybody who is searching to find out where they can return their ballots can go to the website right now, put their address in, know that there are mobile sites for them to drop off. So that information is up there. The final point I would just make related to the mobile sites, it doesn't really surprise me that there was no activity, regardless of whether it was 15 hours or 72 hours. In a typical election where we have 200,000 mail ballots going out, a mobile site might get 5 or 10 ballots returned. So in a special election where there are 10,000 ballots going out, receiving 0 or 1 ballot back at a mobile site would not be surprising. It would be pretty consistent with the data we've seen in the past. That's all I have. Thank you, sir.
Sure. And again, there's a big difference to me, 15 hours versus 72 hours.
I concur, Chairman.
All And also, our issue has been with, the satellites, those drop boxes that we have more advertisement and more access. So, that's why we got this RFP, it's supposed to be happening pretty soon, but we need advertisement about the great things that we're doing, because we're combating misinformation, we're combating disinformation. Last night, we had a candidate tell a crazy lie about our election system. So it's very critical that every moment that we have, if we have 1 hour, I think that's, as soon as we get the information, that we got to send it out, to our constituents to inform them about the things that we need. Again, communication need to be better. And again, if someone feels guilty about it, I don't know what to tell you. But again, communication need to be better. I expect it to be better. And if no one cannot communicate, then they're not going to be inside our department. So we need better communication. And from what I was told, just for the record, and again, we can correct it later or whatever, I was told that it was a separate meeting with you and the construction folks. And if that's not true, then maybe we need to sit down and make sure everybody's on the same page. But it's a big difference if I get a report from 3 weeks and then someone tells me that you have a meeting and didn't inform Cruz and Vanessa and all of them, and I heard Joe didn't even know about the meeting, that you come back and then you tell me that it's 6 weeks. That's a big time difference. And we want to get all these satellites open. So again, anything that I could do to be of assistance, I'm a construction union guy too, so whatever I could do to be of assistance to get this done, need to get this done. All right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody have anything else?
I do not.
And thank you. I really appreciate. I know everybody's working hard and long hours. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts, but we'll get through it.
Construction. This isn't like from 2020 when we just walked into a school and did that.
I
This is
understand.
like building up from the ground, getting furniture, everything. It's a lot of work.
Thank you, and that's why the people that know, we're gonna get it done. I know it. Thanks, Joe. We will now move to the new business portion of our agenda. A motion that this board deputize and authorizes the Philadelphia Board election staff to prepare for and conduct the pre-canvass of absentee and mail-in ballots for the 2024 special election. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioners, do you have any comments or questions about this motion before we proceed to vote?
I have none.
I have none.
Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deeley.
I vote aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. Motion passes. Vice Chair Deeley, do you have any non-agenda items to be raised at this meeting?
I have none, thank you.
Mr. Bluestein, do you have any non-agenda items to be raised at this meeting?
I do not. Thank you.
So I had a little bit of other business. It's September 11th, and I know we were all in our different places on September 11th, so we always want to think about the hard-working law enforcement officers and first responders who were lives that got lost on that tragic day. And there was also a law enforcement officer who passed away. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their family as well. Here no other business, a motion to adjourn today's meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Secretary Bluestein, please call the roll.
Vice Chair Deeley.
Aye.
I vote aye. Chairman Sabir.
Aye. Meeting's adjourned.